Dear students, good morning to one and all. Today we are discussing the data representation. That is the second part of your first unit. So, in this, actually, we have 6 subtopics. They are data types, complements, fixed point representation, floating point representation, other binary codes, and error detection codes. In today's session, we will discuss about the data types. Before going to have in detail of data types, just have a summary of the first classes. There in the first class, we have discussed that there are basically 2 components in a basic computer classified as hardware and software. Time being, don't bother about the hardware, as we have already discussed in detailed components of the hardware. Actually, I told you what exactly software contains: data and some programs that are written by the user. Here you know very well that a program is nothing but a sequence of instructions or set of instructions that are executed one by one. But if you want to execute those instructions grouped together as a program, we need certain data. It may be the input data or output data, whatever it is. So once if you start executing a program, it receives data from the device, input device, and after performing some process, a temporary processed data will be available, and finally the end result output data will be displayed on the monitor or on the any output device. So now here I am repeatedly using the word data. Means whatever the sequence of steps named as program, if you want to execute it, we need certain data. Now in this session, let us discuss about what is a data. As we have already discussed that a computer is an electronic device, and it receives input only in the form of zeros and ones, which is called as a binary information bits. 0 and 1. So this binary information, after receiving by the CPU, we will store that in the memory or some registers. I told you there are some temporary registers are available with the CPU for performing some middle operations. So whatever the binary information that is received from the input data is stored in the memory or process register. These registers contain, along with the data, some controlling information also. That controlling information will be generated or issued by the control unit. So we don't bother about that concept now. So because we are discussing about purely only the data. So what do you mean by data? In which form the data will be? So the data are numbers and other binary coded information that are operated on to achieve required computational results. Definitely there are binary codes and BCDs, binary coded decimals, we will discuss later. So these data are in the form of numbers. So not only the data, even the control information that is generated by the control unit is also in the form of group of bits. Group of bits are 2 bits or more than 2 bits, like that. It is a sequence of command signals to manipulate the data in the register. So whatever the data is there in the registers or in the memory area, if you want to perform some manipulations, some operations, we need some information that is generated by the control unit, is called as a control information. Now data types. See, from here onwards, our today's session is going to start in detail. So basically all the data types in the digital computer are classified into 3 categories. The first one is numbers. What were the numbers are used to perform any arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. To perform all these arithmetic operations, we need numbers. So that is the first type of the data. And the second one is letters of the alphabet used in data processing. See, means for example, you are writing programming in different languages, like in the first semester or second semester, you might have written a program using C or C++ language. There you might have used so many letters. Okay, printf. In the printf, you use p, r, i, n, t, f, like that, those letters. So in the form of letters also, the data will be. And then the third category is other discrete symbols. Here, what do you mean by discrete symbols? They are nothing but some special symbols that are used for the specific purpose. You know, like for example, ampersand. Ampersand, what for use in C language? You are very well familiar. The same way, percentage symbol. Okay, in the same way, plus symbol. In the same way, hash. In the same way, some special symbols like shift. Okay, like there are different symbols that you will be using in the programming languages. Those are all comes under the third category called as other discrete symbols used for the specific purpose. So all these types of data, that is except binary numbers, are represented in the binary coded form. So what is the difference between binary numbers and the binary coded form? We will know in the coming slides. Okay, now number system. So the first part of the data types is number system. So we concentrate more on number systems here. So here every number system will have a base value, a radix value. Okay, so different radix symbols system uses distinct symbols for odd digits. So in the slide we have given the most commonly used number systems in the computer era with their base or radix are decimal number system. Its base is 10. Its base is 10 and the allowed values in the decimal are 0 to 9. And the second one is binary number system. Its base is 2. Allowed number values are 0 and 1. And the third one is octal number system. Base is 08. Values that are allowed here is 0 to 7. See, remember here, in the octal number system, beyond 8, beyond 7, there is no octal number. For example, if anybody gives you, convert the octal number 279 into decimal or into binary, without converting itself, you can say 279 is not an octal number. Because in octal number system, the possible values that are allowed are only from 0 to 7. You see, 8 numbers are there. Octal stands for 8. If you want to represent these 8 numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you need 3 positions 0, 0, 0 onwards, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, like that. So these 0 to 7 are represented by using 3 digits, 3 bits, either zeros or ones. Starts from 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. Okay. Next, hexadecimal. This is something special number system. Its base is 16 and the possible values allowed here are from 0 to 9 and A to F. So here there is no 10, 11, 12, 13 like that. So 10 is nothing but equivalent to A, 11 is B, 12 is C, 13 is D, 14 is E, 15 is F. So total 0 to 15 put together all 16 values are there here. So now let us talk about converting one system to another system, one number system to another number system. The table is shown there here for you. First decimal to binary, octal and the hexadecimal. So when we are converting decimal to the remaining 3 categories, the base also changes to 10 to 2, where decimal base is 10 and binary is 2, octal is 10 to 8, hexadecimal is 10 to 16, like that. And binary to the remaining, octal to the remaining, hexa to the remaining. So all these 12 combinations, 12 conversions are broadly categorized into 3 categories as shown in the same slide. Like first one is decimal to any other base system. Decimal to any other base system means binary, octal, hexa. And next, the second part is given here, other base system to decimal. That is binary to decimal, octal to decimal, hexa to decimal. The third category is other base to non-decimal. Other base to non-decimal, here you will find 6 combinations like binary to octal, binary to hexa, octal to binary, octal to hexa, hexa to binary and hexa to octal. These are all 6 comes under the third category. So we will see all these conversions with examples. Decimal to other 3 binary base systems and other 3 base system to decimal and other base to non-decimal, total 6. Total 11 examples we will see in this today's session. So what is the procedure for converting the decimal to other base system? It is very simple. as even though there are 4 steps are involved here, we can simply precise or summarize. These 4 steps are whatever the decimal number is given to you, whichever the base you want to convert. Say for example, if you want to convert decimal to binary, you need to divide the decimal number with 2, and decimal to octal, divide that decimal number to 8, decimal to hexa, divide that into with 16. And after dividing, you will get 2 values. You know very well the property of the division gives you 2 values. One is quotient and the remainder. So always you take the quotient for the next division and the remainder keep aside. You take the quotient for the next step of the division and the remainders you keep aside. Once we see the example, it will be gets clarified. And all the remainders what you generate, you can write all those remainders from bottom to top direction as a final result. So the summary of the total this decimal to other base system conversion is, you take any decimal number, divide that with the required base system or radix, it is maybe 2, 8 or 16, take the quotient for the next division and keep the remainder aside, and you convert those remainders in the bottom to top direction to get the final result. Now you see the examples of each decimal to binary and decimal to hexa, decimal to octal. You see here I have taken a decimal number 29. In the table it is showing, as I told you, because we are planning to convert this decimal to binary, we are dividing that 29 decimal number with 2. Here the result, that is my quotient, you got is 14 and remainder is 1. I kept that remainder 1, and in the second step I have taken 14 as the value and is divided with 2. The result is 7 and the remainder is 0. Again the 7 is taken, 7 by 2, quotient is 3 and remainder 1. And 3 by 2, quotient is 1, remainder is 1, and 1 by 2, quotient is 0, remainder is 1. So, till how many times we need to perform the division? Till you get the quotient as 0, you have to keep on goes. You have to keep on divide. Till you get the quotient as 0, you have to divide this operation. And then you see the remainder, 1 first remainder, 0 second remainder, 1 third remainder, 1 fourth remainder, 1 fifth remainder. So I told you the arrow mark is showing that from bottom to top you have to write. See here in this, if you see the result part, decimal 29 base 10 is equal to binary, in the terms of binary it is 11101, because from bottom to top we have written. Okay, so this is the conversion of decimal to binary. And then if you go to the next one, decimal to hexa and decimal to octals. See, the first table is going to give you the decimal to octal. I told you octal stands for 8. Base for octal is 8. You can say base or radix. In the same way, base for hexa is 16. Radix is 16. So if you see that operation here, I have taken 1342 decimal number to convert its equivalent to octal value. So whenever you want to convert a decimal number to octal, as I told you, you have to divide that with 8. If you divide that with 8, the quotient will be here 167 and the remainder will be 6. You keep the remainder aside, as I told you, and take the resultant quotient 165 and divide it again by 8, you will get 20 as the quotient and 7 as the remainder. Still the quotient is not 0, again you have to perform the division. So 20 by 8, you will get 2 as quotient, 8 to 16 and 4 as the remainder. But still non-zero quotient is there, you can again divide the 2 by 8, now you will get quotient as 0 and remainder as 2. As I told you, from bottom to top, you have to write the result. So 1342 decimal value is equivalent to 2476 of octal value. You got my point? So if you want to convert any decimal number to other bases like binary, octal, hexa, simply you have to remember is division. Division with the concerned base. Division with the concerned radix. If it is binary, divide with 2. If it is octal, divide with 8. If it is hexa, divide with 16. Now in the second table, you see how conversion of decimal to hexa is given. So 2579 decimal number I have taken, divided with 16. Result quotient is 161 and the remainder is 3. That 161 is a non-zero number. Again divide it with 16 and the quotient is 10, remainder is 1. And in the third step, 10 is divided with 16, the result is 0 and the remainder is 10. Here you have to remember that there is no 10 in hexadecimal. There is no value 10 in the hexadecimal as we have told in the previous table. So in the previous digits value is given, 10 stands for A, 11 stands for B, 12 stands for C, like that. So 10 is equal to A in the hexadecimal. That's why I have written there 10-A. Wherever you get the values after 9, you have to convert them into A, B, C, D, E, F. So from bottom to top, if we write the 2579 decimal number is equal to A13 of the base 16. This is the way how we convert the decimal numbers to other number systems. Now let us discuss about the second category of your table. I told you, like here other base system to decimal. So now we have discussed decimal to other base system. Now in the second part, other base system to decimal, we will check it out. Okay. Now you see other base system is here. There are two systems, three base systems are there: binary, octal, hexadecimal. First you see binary. Previously, when we tried to convert decimal to other, what we did? Division operation. Now here it's opposite. Multiplication we do. Converting other base system to decimal, the operation we perform is multiplication. But whereas decimal to other, we go for division. So here you see there are three steps are given here. In the table it is explained clearly. We have taken a binary number as 11101. Whatever the example we have taken in the conversion of decimal to binary, here also the same we have taken for easy calculation. So here binary number 11101. See, binary number always will have zeros and ones only in it. So the 2 stands for its radix, means base. In the step 1, here what you have to remember is how many total digits are there in the given number, you have to check out. So there are 5 digits are there. 11101, 5 digits are there. So 5 positions. So always in our number system, the position stands for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So in decimal system, 0th position, 10th position, 100th position, 1000th position, like that. But whereas in the binary system, 0th position, 1st position, 2nd position, 3rd position and 4th position. So the last one is here, the 4th position, the next one is 3rd one, the next one is 2nd one, the 0 is in the 1st position, the last one system is in the 0th position. So you have to remember first these positions, and because it is a binary number, what we have to do is the binary number, binary base to power of the position, corresponding values position. So here if you are going to take the MSB, most significant bit 1 into 2 power 4, because that MSB is in the 4th position, plus again there is 1 is there in the next position, so into 2 power 3 because it is in the 3rd position, plus again 1 is there into 2 power 2 because in the 2nd position, plus 0 into 2 power 1, plus the last significant bit, least significant bit is 1, 1 into 2 power 0. So you perform the calculation, 2 power 4 into 1 is 16, 2 power 3 into 1 is 8, 2 power 2 into 1 is equal to 4, plus 0 into something 0, plus 1 into 2 power 0 is 1, again 1. So total put together you will get 29 base 10. So 11101 base 2, that is decimal of 11101 is equal to binary of 11101 is equal to decimal of 29. This is the way how you convert a binary number to decimal system. Now let us see 2 more examples with octal to decimal and hexa to decimal. Here you take 2476 octal number. So I told you, you have to take the positions. 6 is in 0th position, 7 is in 1st position, 4 is in 2nd position, 2 is in 3rd position. First you have to identify the position values. Now the 2 is in the position 3, so 2 into its radix is, octal number base is 8. So 2 into 8 cube plus 4 is in the second position, that's why 4 into 8 square, plus 7 is in first position, 7 into 8 power 1, and 6 is in 0th position, 6 into 8 power 0. So 8 cube stands for 512, 2 into 512, 1024, plus 8 square is equal to 64, 4 into 64, 256, 7 into 8, 56, and 6 into 1, 6 is equal to 1342. So 2476 octal number is equal to 1342 of decimal number. That is the way how you convert the octal to decimal. The next example is given here, hexa to decimal number. You take A13 hexa number. A, it is allowed. A13 is a hexa number. Base 16. Here 3 is in the 0th position, 1 is in first position, A is in second position. So A into 16 square plus 1 into 16 power 1 plus 3 into 16 power 0. Here what is the value of A in general? A is equal to 10, I told you. B is equal to 11. C is equal to 12. That's why A is equal to 10. So 10 into 16 square is equal to 256. So 10 into 256 plus 1 into 16 plus 3 into 16 power 0 is 1. So 3 into 1. So put together you will get this calculation as 2579. So the hexa value of A13 is equal to decimal value of 2579. This is the way how you convert any other base system to decimal. So in the first 3 examples, we have considered decimal to any other 3 base systems, and the remaining 3 examples we have discussed about any other base system to decimal. Now there is the third part is there. Any other system to non-decimal. Any other system is if you give binary value, convert to octal or hexa. If it is given octal value, convert to binary or hexa. And if it is given hexa value, convert into to octal or binary. So that we will discuss. Just you little bit concentrate on this because it is somehow tricky process. Now converting other base system to non-decimal. So here there is a shortcut method to perform this conversion, but before going to discuss about the shortcut method, let us have a discussion on the straightforward method of converting other base system to non-decimal systems. So whatever the base system is given to you, either it may be binary or octal or hexa, first you have to convert that into decimal. You know very well how to convert any other base system to decimal. Just now we have discussed. After getting the decimal value, convert the decimal number into the new base number, whatever the base number you want to. See, in the first example given here, we are trying to convert the octal to binary. As the step 1 is specified, octal should be converted to decimal, and later the decimal should be converted to binary. You take a number 25 base 8, that is octal number. You know very well how to convert octal to decimal. Position values, there are only 2 positions, 0 and 1. So 2 into 8 power 1 plus 5 into 8 power 0. This comes 21 base 10. But octal to decimal we have converted. But our question here is converting octal to binary. Now after getting the decimal value 21, it is very easy to convert the decimal number to binary as dividing by 2. Because decimal to binary means base 2. We divide the 21 by 2 till you get the quotient as 0 and you keep the remainders aside and write from bottom to top. So 21 by 2, quotient 10, remainder 1. 10 by 2, quotient 5, remainder 0. 5 by 2, quotient 2, remainder 1. 2 by 2, quotient 1, remainder 0. 1 by 2, quotient 0, remainder 1. And you write in the bottom to top direction 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So the result, final result, the 25 octal value is equal to 10101 of binary. This is the result what we want, not the intermediate results. 25 octal converted to 21 decimal, that is different, and 21 decimal converted to 10101 binary. So now the final result is octal 25 is equal to 10101 of binary. This is the way how you convert any other base system to non-decimals. First converting it into decimal, then later decimal to the required base system. Now let us discuss octal to hexa value. Octal to hexa, same procedure. First convert the octal value to decimal, then decimal to hexa. So if you want to convert octal value to decimal, you know very well. 2476 example I have taken. There are 4 positions from 0 to 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So 2 into 8 cube, 4 into 8 square, 7 into 8 power 1, 6 into 8 power 0. So all together add this result, you will get 1342 decimal value. This is decimal value, not hexa. The first step is converting octal to decimal is over. Now convert the decimal to hexa. How to convert the decimal to hexa? Divide by 16. Decimal to any base, dividing by that base value. And any base to decimal, multiply by that base value. That is a basic principle you have to remember. So this, when you convert this 1342 by 16, the first step you get quotient as 83, whereas remainder is 14. Remember, always in any system when you are dividing, the remainder will be less than the base only. If you are dividing that number with 8, the remainder should be less than 8. If you are dividing that value with 16, the remainder should be less than 16. Here you got 14 as the remainder. Do we have 14 in hexa? Yes, of course, but not directly. 14 is equivalent to the value E, alpha value E. So the 14 is written as E. Next step, 83 by 16, quotient is 5, remainder is 3. Now 5 by 16, quotient is 0 and remainder is 5. So you write from the bottom to top, 53E. So the decimal 1342 is equivalent to 53E of hexadecimal. So now what we are required is we achieved it. So 2476 octal is equal to 53E of base 16 hexa. So this is the conversion of octal to hexa. Next one is hexa to binary. The same hexa to binary, you need to convert the hexa value to decimal. Then later decimal value will be divided by 2 because we need in the form of binary. You see in the table 1, the 89 hexadecimal value is converted into 137 decimal value. You know the step over there, 8 into 16 powers, 9 into 16 powers. Here because only 2 positions are there, we take 0 and 1 as powers. Then whatever the result, we got 137 decimal. Later it is converted into binary by dividing with 2, and all the remainders what we achieved, we have written that in the bottom to top direction. So 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 1. This is the equivalent value of your binary for the given hexadecimal. So hexa 89 is equal to the binary value of 1000 1001. I think in the slide the number we have written wrong. 25 base 8 we have written there. It is 89 base 6. You just make that correction. It is 89 base 6 is equivalent to 1000 1001 base 2. This is hexa to binary. Now coming to the next slide, it is hexa to octal. Again hexa to decimal and then decimal to octal. I think we no need to concentrate more on this. You can see 33E base 16 we have taken there, and that is converted into equivalent to decimal number, which gives you 959. And again, if you want to convert the decimal number 959 into octal number, you have to divide that with 8. So later, whatever the remainder you got, 1476 from bottom to top is equivalent octal number. So first, the given hexa number is divided with, converted with decimal as a procedure of multiplication, and the resultant decimal you got is converted into octal by dividing that with 8. So this is the way how you convert an hexadecimal number to the octal number. In the next slide, you just see binary to octal. How a binary number will be converted to octal. So here 11101 binary number is given. So here this binary number first is converted into decimal number. We got the result as 29. Same procedure, multiplication. So same value we have considered in the example also of binary to decimal also. The same table is taken here into your easy consideration. So that 11101 base 2 is nothing but 29 of base 10. Now the 29 of base 10 is not our final result. We have to convert that into the octal. So if you want to convert any decimal number to octal, you need to divide that with 8. So after dividing that with 8 and by considering the remainders from bottom to top direction, you got 35 base 8. So 11101 base 2 is equal to 35 of base 8. Okay, this is the way how you convert binary to octal. Now the next one is binary to hexa. Same, you see, binary to decimal and decimal to hexa. You know, just now we have calculated the binary value of 11101 is 29 base 10, and that 29 there we have divided with octal, but here we are converting to hexa, that's why we are dividing with 16. In the first time, the remainder what we got here is 13, but there is no 13 in hexa. So that 13 is later converted into D. So from bottom to top we have written 1D. So the binary value of 11101 base 2 is equal to 1D base 16 of hexa value. This is a way how to convert the binary to hexa values. So we have discussed totally 12 examples here. Example 1, 2, 3 are conversion from decimal to other number systems. That is decimal to binary, decimal to octal, decimal to hexa. The remaining 3 examples we have converted to other base system to decimal. Means binary to decimal, octal to decimal, hexa to decimal. And the remaining 6 we have discussed about any other base system to non-decimal values. Means binary to octal, binary to hexa, octal to binary, octal to hexa, hexa to binary, hexa to octal. These 6. So total 12 examples for 12 combinations we have discussed. Now fine. Till now we have discussed only integer part of any given numbers. Don't we have fractional numbers in computer system? Yes, definitely we will have fraction number. Then how to convert the fraction numbers from one base to another base? For that, I have given you one small example here, which later can be considered for remaining conversions also. Let us take this one, conversion of binary fractions into decimals. So let us suppose the number what we have taken here is 1101 decimal 0111 base 2. Clear? 1101 decimal 0111 base 2. Here you divide this given number into 2 parts. One is integer part and the second one is fractional part. First, let us convert that integer part 1101, which is having 4 positions. They are from 0, 1, 2, 3. So the most significant bit 1 into its position is 3, 2 power 3, plus next value 1 into 2 power 2, plus 0 into 2 power 1, plus 1 into 2 power 0. This is common. Till now what we have did. So converting a binary value to decimal, multiplying with base 2. But here fractional part is there. After decimal, what we have, that you need to write the positions in the reverse order, like there in the integer part 0, 1, 2, 3, how you wrote. Here after decimal part, fractional part, you have to write minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, like that. So very next to that point, fractional point, the value 0, whatever you have, its position is minus 1. And the next 3 consecutive ones are having positions as minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So you just see in the slide that 0 into 2 power minus 1 plus 1 into 2 power minus 2 plus 1 into 2 power minus 3 plus 1 into 2 power minus 4 it is given. So first value is 1 into 2 cube 8 plus 4 plus 0 plus 1, that is okay. So 1 into 2 power 0 also you got. So here the fractional part 0 into 2 power minus 1. So 0 into anything is equal to 0. Simply we have written there as 0. The next one you see 1 into 2 power minus 2. That will be 1 divided 1 by 2 power 2. 1 by 2 power 2 means 1 by 4. plus 1 by 2 cube, because it is minus. When it goes to the bottom side of the division symbol, the minus will be converted into plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 2 power 4, 1 by 16. So 1 by 4 stands for 0.25, 1 by 8 is equal to 0.125 plus 1 by 16 is equal to 0.0625. So all together, if you add 8 plus 4 plus 1, that is 13, plus 0.25 plus 0.125 plus 0.0625 comes to 4375. So totally, so it is equal to 1101.0111 base 2 is given as 13.4375. 13.4375. This is the way how you convert a fractional number to its equivalent given base numbers. So now in the previous one we have seen binary value, fractional values, binary is given into decimal. Now here you see binary fractional equivalent for the following decimal number is 5468. Now in the reverse concept we are discussing now. So their binary is converted to decimal. Now what I want is, if a decimal number is given in the fractionals, how to convert into equivalent binary or octal or hexa. We just consider here in the example 54.6875. 54.6875. So you know how to convert that 54 decimal number into binary. Simply division. You are dividing 54 by 2, got 27, quotient remainder as 0, 27 by 2, quotient 13, remainder 1. Like that, till you get the quotient as 0, you have performed the division operation with base 2. Because it is binary conversion, we are dividing with base 2. But if you want to perform the same for octal conversion, you need to divide with 8. And if you want to convert this decimal number to hexadecimal, you have to divide with 16. So whatever the base you need to convert, into whichever the base you need to convert, the given number you have to divide with the same radix value. So after dividing, you just write from bottom to top as usual. So here from most significant bit to least significant you have written 110, 110 base 2. 54 only converted now. But what about the remaining fractional part, that is 6875. Sorry, we cannot say 6875 after decimal value. We can say it as a 6875. Now just like your previous slide, how you did that minus, their powers are in the terms of plus, and when you come to the decimal point after the powers converted to minus values, here also to convert the fractional part of a decimal number into any other base, we have to multiply that fractional part with the corresponding base. Here, what is the corresponding base? Base 2. So that's why 0.6875 is multiplied by 2. There you got 1.375. So, however, you keep the remainder here aside by considering quotient for the next division. Here, whatever the value that is after decimal, after point, you multiply that with again 2, and whatever you got the quotient over there, like 1 as a decimal integer part, that will be now used as our final value. So in the initial step, when you multiply 0.6875 with 2, you got 1.375, and again you can multiply 0.375 with 2, and 1 will be kept aside. If you convert 0.375, the result is 0.75. So 0 you keep somewhere and take the 0.75. Convert 0.75 multiply with 2 as 1.50. So 0.5 you consider for the next multiplication, you keep 1 aside, and 0.5 you multiply, then you get result as 1.00. So 1 you keep aside, and next is 0. So 0, how many times you multiply with 2, you will get 0 only. That's why this multiplication you need to continue, keep on, you get 0 as a multiplied value, one value for the multiplication. So now you just see how there you have written in the integer part from bottom to top you have converted. Here these values you need to write from top to bottom. You need to write from the top to carries. Whatever the carry you got here, carry 1, carry 0, carry 1 and carry 1. So 1 0 1 1 you have to write here as from top to bottom. Now you join together. So 54.6875 base 10 is equivalent to 110.110.1011. 110.110.1011. So there you write from bottom to top. In the fractional part you write from top to bottom. This is the way how you convert the fractional numbers from one base to another base. So this is all about the conversion of various base to another base in direct method. So if you see the table given here, generally decimal values I have considered from 0 to 16. Its equivalent binary values are written where from 0, 1, 10, 11. Don't read it 0, 1, 10, 11, 100, 101, 110, 111 like that. You are not supposed to read like that the binary values 0, 1, 10, 11, 100, 101 like that. In the very next you have considered base values, base 8 values, octal values. So in the two tables, actually this it is a one table only, but due to the length problem I have divided it into two parts. So from base 10 0 to 32 I have considered, and its equivalent binary values and its equivalent octal values, its equivalent hexadecimal values are given over there. See, if you see the octal column, 111 of binary, which is equivalent to 7 of decimal, it is also 7 of octal. But very next to 7, I have not written 8 in octal base. Why? There is no 8. After 7, again you go back to 10, 10. Next 11, 12, up to 17. After 17, how you write? After 9, 10, 11, 12. After 19, you go for 20. After 29, you go for 30. Here also, after 7, you write 10. After 17, you write 20. After 27, you write 30, like that. When you come to the hexadecimal, after 9, you will write A to F. Then you go for 10, 11. Then 19. After 19, what is the value of next to 9 is A. So after 19, you don't go for 20. You will write 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, 1F. Then when you reach 1F, then you go for the 20. Up to 29. After 29, 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, 2E, 2F. Then 30. It is a way how decimal equivalent binary values that are equal to octal and the hexadecimal table. So this table is given for your easy reference, and with the help of this table you can perform the conversions in shortcut methods. So before going to discuss about the shortcut method conversion, let us see this binary coded decimal and binary coded hexa and binary coded octal. Binary coded, so means 0 to 9, the previous table only in detail is given. 0 to 9, binary coded decimals are 000, 001, 0010 up to 1001. The 9 value is given. So this table, you see how you write the value 279 base 10 into its binary coded. It is not binary value, it is binary coded. So there is a difference between binary coded decimal, BCD, and binary. So binary value, if you want, you just simply divide this 279 with 2. But binary coded decimal, from the above given table, simply the values, the corresponding values will be copied. So for example, the equivalent value for 2 is 0010. Equivalent value for 7 is 0. Sorry, here I have made again a mistake. The equivalent value of 7 is 011, you have to write. And then the equivalent value of 9 is 1001. So this is the way how you convert the decimal to BCD. Then octal to BCO, binary coded octal. 274. 274 stands for 0, 10, 2 value, 111, 7 value, 100, 4 value. So binary coded octal. See this binary coded octal, binary coded hexa values. Like you see the hexa table, 2A, 4E I have considered. So 2A, 4E equivalent binary coded hexa is 2 stands for 0010 and A is equivalent to 1010, 4 is equivalent to 0100 and next E is equal to 1110. So like this, we have made the binary coded octal and binary coded hexa. So we use these tables, these binary coded decimal, binary coded octal and binary coded hexa tables for performing the conversion from one base to another base in shortcut method in the next and the last screen. Mostly this is the last screen which we are going to discuss. So with the help of the previous table given, we can do conversion of numbers from other base to non-decimal base. Please remember, other base to non-decimal, because decimal to any other or other to decimal are straightforward, multiplication process, division process. But here, if you want to convert other base to non-decimal, first you need to convert the other base value to decimal, then decimal to our required base. So to avoid that lengthy process and to avoid the confusion, we are going to discuss this shortcut method of number conversion. For example, you take AF63 hexadecimal to octal and binary system. AF63 hexadecimal is given. We will convert that into octal and binary number system. To do so, we use the above table value. From that, A is equal to 1010, F is stands for 1111, 6 stands for 0110, 3 stands for 0011. So, AF63 is written like 1010, 1111, 0110, 0011. So, this is nothing but equivalent binary value of given hexadecimal. Now, convert the binary to octal, we need to group the binary number into group of 3 digits. Why group of 3 digits? You see in the octal table, we have 0 to 7. Next repetitions are there. When 0 to 7 are there, they are from 000. Last one is 111. So 8. Here octal base 8 is nothing but equivalent of 2 power 3. 2 power. Why 2? Only zeros and ones. 2 values are there. 2 power 3, 8 combinations we will get. 2 power 3, 8 combinations we will get. So that's why whatever the above number given, that you convert into groups of 3 from right to left. So here in the AF63 value, whatever it is, you write it like same as and make it as groups of 3. 011 first group, 100 second group, 101 third one, 111 fourth one, 010 fifth one. Last one will be left out. Why one will be left out? There is here in hexadecimal 4 digits we consider, 4 values or 4 positions. For the AF63 you will get 16 bits. When you divide the 16 bits into 3 group, like you will get 5 into 3, 15 bits, and 1 bit will be left out. So to convert that one left out bit, you add 2 zeros there where no value will be changed. So after that, you write its equivalent octal values. That is first 001. You added zeros, 2 zeros I told you. So 001 starts as 1, 0102, 111, that is 11. I told you not supposed to read 111 like 111 is 7, 101 as 5, 100 as 4, 011 as 3. Hence the result of AF63, that is hexadecimal, is equal to 1010, 1111, 0110, 0011 of binary and is equivalent to 127543 base 8, that is octal. This is the one of the shortcut method. You need to convert any other number system to non-decimal number system. Non-decimal number system. Like that, if you give any octal number also to convert into binary or hexadecimal, first you write that into octal number into binaries. So when you write octal number into binaries, each octal number will be only 3 positions. Okay, if 346 octal number is given, you will get 9 bits, either maybe zeros or ones, whatever it is, 9 bits. Later, those 9 bits, if you want to convert into hexadecimal, you divide them into 4 group, because hexadecimals are from 0000 to 1111. Last value, F value is 1111. So that's why whatever the 9 bits you got, you just convert them into 4 group. So 9 bits, 4 group means 2 fours you will get, 1 bit will be left out. For that 1 bit, you add 3 zeros where no change. So again, these binary values will be written into equivalent binary coded hexas to convert the octal to hexadecimal. So this is easiest and one of the shortcut method to convert any other base system to non-decimal base systems. So with this, we are concluding this session. My dear students, because these number systems need more practice, you just go through your Google or somewhere else, and you can see in the textbooks also. By taking some examples, you may try to practice more and more. Otherwise, in our by the next session, I'll give you some example values of conversions. You try to do those conversions and try to post me in my WhatsApp group as an example. So, whatever the exercise on this lesson, by you download this video, and whatever the questions I'll give, you practice them, and the answers, I don't want the procedure, just answers, you just WhatsApp me or mail me within a day or 2 days of this session is completed. So if you don't practice it, then everything will become mess up. And you, in the exam also, final exams also, definitely you will get short questions or long answers also in the conversion of number systems. That's why be careful in listening this, and you try to solve the numbers or whatever the questions I am going to give you in the WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you one and all for listening carefully.